Howdy everybody, and welcome to today's episode of the Debauchery Circus campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. As always, we are live streaming our sessions on twitch.tv first, and then we'll be uploading the episodes to YouTube and podcast 1 week later. If you enjoy what you see here, feel free to follow us here on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube, and check us out on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV or on Twitter as Random_Rhapsody. Now, when we last left off, the Debauchery Circus was traveling to the capital city of North Emia to deliver a request for assistance sent by the mayor of Misthold to the king's chamberlain, as well as escorting the young man they had rescued, the kidnapped lordling Edmund Coltrast. On the last night of their journey, Ormr had spotted strange lights out in the woods, and she had woken up both Finn and Fantine, the two in the party with the most magical knowledge. The three decided to follow the lights, curious to their nature, but after a time, Ormr decided to return to camp so to protect those who were still asleep. Eventually, the pair discovered the home of a woodland spirit who had warned the pair about an object they had carried, both embedded in their bodies, but also about the crystal Tergot carried in his knapsack, the legendary relics known as the Dream Seeds. Eventually, the pair returned to camp and told the story to the rest of their party over breakfast before setting off again for the capital. There was another long day of travel, but fortunately for the group, the day was rather uneventful. The group eventually arrived in the city just as the sun was beginning to set, and soon found themselves escorted by their new friend Dolar to an inn called the Harlequin's Giant. The group celebrated for a time, then split off to explore the nightlife in the capital. Though there really wasn't much to accomplish that late in the evening. Eventually, the party all returned to the inn, drawn back by the strange curfew held over the city. The next morning, the circus broke their fast before heading to a nearby shop named Antioch's Arcana, where they met the old half-orc enchanter who owned it. There, the group spent their morning selecting a small selection of expensive wares the half-orc peddled. And so, Debauchery Circus, as you all look over the various bits and bobs that the store owner shows you, a question comes to each of your minds. The question of the week is, does your character regret any particular choice the party has made? And, Finn, since you rolled, why don't you go ahead and go first?
Well, let's see. Aside from the fact that we don't have matching uniforms like a superhero team, that situation with the beating up the priest was kind of dicey.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Don't always want to make enemies of the church, but, things happen. Tergot, why don't you go next?
I would have liked to stay in Duskhowl a bit longer.
Okay. Any particular reason?
I'm mainly trying to see how far the syndicate has gotten into this country.
Okay, fair. He's talking about the Cerulean Syndicate, the massive network of thieves that basically work throughout the darkness of the continent of Loroupa. Fantine, why don't you go next?
Well, obviously I regretted stealing all that money from those people since I sent the stuff back, but I also regret killing the gazer immediately because I would have liked to steal it from that man. Maybe we beat the priest less and steal his pet.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting thing, trying to trying to tame somebody's familiar, but you never know. Ormr, you're last.
Probably a few places we could have explored a little better, but instead we chose to push on. Perhaps we could have found something useful for our
Yes,
journey.
the road not traveled is always something to think about as you guys sit there, kind of looking through all these very odd magical items that this old half orc begins pulling out. He's showing you a few interesting things. He has a bead of force that he thinks is pretty cool. He shows you something called the bracers of archery. He has dust of disappearing, some little goggles that he calls the eyes of minute seeing, and another one called the eyes of the eagle. There's a gem of brightness, a gloves of missile snaring, a hat of disguise, javelin of lightning, a necklace of fireballs, a wand of secrets, dust of sneezing and choking, a deck of illusions, and many, many more things. All this time that you guys have been looking around, Edmund has been glancing through the various goods, and while you're shopping, and the boy stops and looks over a suit of studded leather armor, and he asks the half orc about them, and you can see that him and the half orc kind of talking amongst themselves a little bit. What were you saying, Tergot?
Did I hear bracers of archery?
You did hear that. He had shown you those as you guys were just kind of looking over the purchases you had made previously. But he does have very nice looking leather bracers, intricately carved with a bow and drawn with an arrow in it along the edge of it. It's very nice.
How much for those?
Oh, well, you have very discerning taste, young man. Let's see here. Of course, I didn't have that file pulled up.
With all the time I bought you?
These cost 1,500 gold pieces. Actually, he's a half orc. I should be growling a bit more. 1,500 gold pieces.
100. Let's see. Platinum is worth 10. I do believe I have that.
Do you?
Yeah. All right. I'll put 14 platinum and 100 gold. I think that's. No, wait, 1,500. Christ.
Yeah, 1,500 gold.
Yep. Matt,
Yes.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on him when he goes to pay for it.
You're keeping an eye on whom? Tergot?
Yep.
Okay.
I want to make sure that he's not pulling the money out of Shadowfire's bag.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Sure. $18.
Tergot, are you taking money out of Shadowfire's bag, or are you pulling it out of your own?
I'm pulling it out on my own. I was skimming through my own and realizing I don't have enough, and now I'm upset.
No, so you say you want them, you begin looking through your money, then you realize you don't have what you thought you had?
Yeah, I misunderstood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, each platinum is worth 10. So
Yeah.
how many platinum do you have?
I only have 14, so.
Yeah, you have. So you would not have that full amount.
No. Would you accept some pocket lint instead?
Can't say that I would. I don't need lint.
You sure? It's really useful. You can,
Tergot, how short are you?
very.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you want to elaborate?
I could sell some things. I do have things that I don't use ever.
Like
And
what?
they probably have to be attuned to as well.
Like that cloak of many fashions.
I mean, I offered to trade cloaks with you a couple.
I'm not saying sell it to me. I'm saying you could sell it to him.
Well, I mean, it's. I want a magical cloak because then it doesn't really tear as much, and
That's true.
Oh, that reminds me. Sir, do you also buy items here?
Yes.
It depends on the item.
Well, I've got this brooch here. This brooch of shielding.
Okay. You hand him the brooch of shielding, and he kind of picks it up, and you can see him running his hand over it and muttering a little bit as he casts a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Which you're giving him the brooch of shielding.
Mhm.
Let's see here.
Assuming that he's interested, yeah.
When he's finished, can I see if this guy has any potions or spell scrolls?
Yeah, absolutely. Why is this not working all of a sudden? It's weird. That is upsetting. The thing I normally use to check prices is not working for some reason.
Is Brooch of Shielding in the DM's guide?
It is, but they don't have prices. This
Oh.
website that I use it actually gives a price to things. So
Yeah.
and then you can increase or decrease the scale based on where it is. So that's what I normally use. But for some reason, the website is down. It's saying there's no data in the database.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Crashed.
So I know I have something written down. Just bear with me a second while I'm finding it.
Sure. Which website do you normally use?
5emagic.shop.
Because it's opening for me. It says that it's 7,500 gold pieces with a range of 101 to 500 gold pieces.
It's working for you?
Yeah. Hang on. There. Just posted that in the Debauchery Circus section.
Huh. That doesn't look like the site that I normally use.
I don't know. It's 5emagic.shop.
Yeah.
Maybe it's different because it's the free version. It's just one of the top results that I found when I typed in 5e brooch of shielding price.
There we go. Okay, now it's working. It's so fucking weird. Okay, so yes. He is willing to buy that one off of you for 3,000 gold, actually.
Hmm. Can I make an insight check to see if that's a fair price?
You can.
Or I guess I should have just said a check. But I got a 7,
Yeah,
so
it
I
seems
probably...
pretty fair. It seems actually pretty generous to you.
Okay. Let me see. Say, Tergot, how much money have you got?
Not much, but I'm looking at through my magic items that I can sell.
What if you, paid us 4,000, but 1,000 of that was just for, Mr. Tergot here to spend at your store, so that he could potentially buy those bracers from you?
Oh, I don't think I have nearly enough for those bracers.
Stole credit.
He'd still have to cover the other 500, but...
So now, what you're asking him to give you 3,000 in gold and another 1,000 in store credit for an item
Well,
he told you that he would give you 3,000 for.
when you say it like that, it sounds like I'm crazy.
You're right.
Yeah, I'll just take the 3,000.
I'll give you 2,000 gold and 1,000 in store credit, if that
I'll
tickles
just-
your fancy.
Take the 3,000.
Listen, I have these boots that I can sell. They help you walk and jump. If you want to see them.
If you want to, yeah, I'll take a look at him.
All right, let me get them off. I don't have any other boots, so I'm going to be barefoot for a little bit.
What are these?
The boots of striding and springing. They're not very used. Useful, not used.
He's willing to give you 1,800 for them.
1,800.
Well, there you go. Those bracers were only 1,500.
All right.
And as he sees that you're standing barefoot, he says, "I'll even throw in just a plain pair of boots I have in back.
Oh, that's actually pretty nice.
I don't want to see you going barefoot, kid."
Oh, I've been barefoot most of my life, but you know. Oh, I think I got a splinter. Christ.
But if you want the braces of archery, he will trade you the braces of archery and another 300 gold, plus a pair of just regular boots for your boots of striding and springing.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
What's that armor Edmund's looking at?
Well, you walk over and he tells you... Actually, I have a note. Hold on. He says, "Oh, that's just a slightly enchanted pair of studded leather armor. I can let that go for 650 gold.
Slightly enchanted to do what?
To be a little stronger.
Ah.
To protect him a bit more. That sort of thing.
And you said how much?
650.
Edmund, would you like it?
Edmund?
Edmund, are you paralyzed?
Sorry. Say that again?
I asked if you would like that armor.
Very much so.
I'll pass the guy 650 gold.
Oh, thank you very much, Finn. This will definitely come in useful. And what it's just a +1 studded leather armor.
Okay.
But you hand over the 650 gold, and he passes Edmund the
I suppose I should ask, is this the kind of world where magic items like size to fit their people? Do we need to have him try? Okay.
Yes, they do.
Cool.
Your standard enchanted item, it does.
If it's not, we better have him try it on first. Make sure it fits.
Oh,
Awesome.
my friend here also needs arrows. I don't know how.
I do sell enchanted arrows if that's something you're looking for.
Do you not sell regular
Just
arrows?
the regular kind.
I don't even have any enchanted, unless you have like a really nice fire arrow type thing. But
Also, I think we're skipping over Fantine. She wanted to know about potions and scrolls and the like.
True, but I would also take a fire bolt, like a bolt for my crossbow. That would be cool.
I'm afraid I don't sell. I haven't enchanted any arrows that burst into flame or anything like that.
Shame.
I could possibly make some if that's something you are interested in.
Oh my gosh.
maybe later.
Well, very well. If you're gonna get them, just come on back. Whatever. He does sell +1 and +2 arrows if that's something you're interested in. If not, that's totally fine too.
What about potions?
Sorry, potions. He does not sell. He's just an enchanter, but he does tell you that there is a potion shop nearby, and he gives you directions. What potions are you looking for? Just to expedite things.
I wasn't looking for anything specific. I was going to browse, but
in that case, yes. He tells you of a nearby apothecary. I even have a name somewhere.
Look at elixir D&D.
Yes, he sends you towards the prismatic medicampment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's owned by a human female named Cecilia Ryland, which is just about 2 blocks over.
Okay.
Scrolls. He doesn't know anybody in the city who sells scrolls, but the Arcanum has students who might work for commission if you're wanting something specific.
Cool. In that case, because I think I'm done here, I think I'm gonna head over there. If anybody wants to join me in buying potions.
Oh, did I already pick up my pillow?
I don't think you ever said anything about it, but we can say that you probably do that within in the early afternoon.
Okay.
You can go and pick up the pillow that you're asking for.
Sure.
But before that, is there anybody else who's wanting to buy anything? Anything more?
I already got what I needed. Bought Edmund some armor, and I'm not paying for enchanted arrows.
And they don't sell any normal arrows here.
There's
a different shop, probably.
Yeah. An enchanter doesn't sell just normal arrows, but to expedite things, there is a blacksmith who does sell arrows nearby. How many are you wanting?
How many does Edmund need? Because I'm full on arrows, but I don't know how many Edmund has right now.
Let's look. He has 5 arrows, so he could use 15 more. We'll say 15 arrows at a silver apiece, so 1 gold, 5 silver.
And done. Does he have a quiver?
He does have a quiver.
Okay.
Hellhound, I do see you there.
Come up with a few potions that I might be looking for.
Unfortunately, the strings
I would also
are,
like to go to the apothecary
a signature Mitchell's
see if I can
item.
learn how to create some potions over time.
Okay, so leaving the enchantment shop, you guys head down a couple blocks to the apothecary that the old half-orc describe for you. As you guys are doing this, Edmund pipes up. Are we planning on heading to the castle anytime soon? I mean, that was why we were coming here, right?
Maybe tomorrow. It's shopping day, you know? You gotta get your shopping on. Make sure you're equipped, just in case. And then, yeah.
I would be okay with going to the castle after we visit the potion shop and then doing our research afterwards, if we must.
Yes, research does take a lot of time. But you make your way to the apothecary, which is a very nice looking stone building, kind of conical in shape and with a big old mushroom of a circular roof on the top. It's kind of ridiculous looking. But you walk in, and there you see, let's see here, an elderly female woman, an elderly woman with graying blondish hair, all piled up in a bit of a messy bun, long, flowy, hippie-style dress. The whole place smells of patchouli, like hardcore patchouli.
Ugh.
And you can see the crystals dangling on strings all over the ceiling. This place is just hippie to the max.
Oh, this is my store. Oh,
And the woman behind there, behind the counter, she looks up as all of you file in. Oh, hello there. Can I help you? She seemed to have been dozing a little bit at the counter when you walked in, but she perks up as you all approach.
He pulls out a bag of Doritos, begins eating it in front of us.
Probably. What can I do for you folks?
hello. I was wondering if perhaps you had a potion of flying, or perhaps gaseous form, or clairvoyance.
Didn't you just buy a broom?
Yes, but what if I fall off the broom?
I do have a potion of flying, I believe. Let me double check. And she begins kind of rummaging through a big shelf behind the counter, filled with just vials and bottles and things like that. Some of them have like body parts in them. Some of them have like little floating animals, and it's your typical hippie weird lab. There's dried mushrooms all over the place. It's pretty bad. But eventually she does pull out a potion of flying. I do have 2 of these, actually.
Cool. And I'm not sure if Featherfall is something that would come in potion form, or if that's more of a scroll thing.
Oh, no, I do have... Let me see here, actually.
I'm just looking for a backup in case I get the broom robbed or crash into something, or somebody sets my broom on fire, so I don't immediately fall.
Looks like that. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have any any potions that could produce the specks of Featherfall. I think that's a spell. You might need a scroll for that.
Okay. So how much is the potion of flying?
Potion of flying is 375 gold.
Well, I'll take 1.
Okay. And she passes over a bottle of, it's kind of a milky bluish color, kind of like blue milk from Star Wars. Think of that.
Gross.
Bantha milk?
Did she have any gaseous form or clairvoyance?
Let's see. Okay, she does have a potion of gaseous form, which she's willing to sell for 225 gold.
All right, I'll take them.
Okay, a potion of clairvoyance. She says that she does not have one of those, but she can brew one for you. It would take about 3 days to make.
I'm not sure how long we'll be in town, but I'll be sure to check out your stock again. Or if I find out by tonight how long we'll be here, then I might come back.
I know it would be probably expensive, but I'm gonna ask anyways. What about a potion of maximum power?
Do you have any potions of giant strength?
No. It's literally called the potion of maximum power.
Is there really one?
Uh-huh.
I thought you were making a Star Wars joke. Like
No.
unlimited power.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a potion of maximum power in anything, so I'm going to say probably not.
Never mind.
She does lift.
That's a Wildemont thing.
She does lift up because she does have a what potion was that? She does have a potion of cloud giant strength.
Wow. Is that near maximum power?
Nah.
27 strength.
This one's apparently from Wildemont, but it you can drink it and then cast the damage dealing spell of 4th level or lower within 1 minute after drinking it, and instead of rolling dice, you just use the highest number.
That's wild.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm ready to move on whenever you guys are.
Actually, Miss, just a quick question. Do you do classes here? Like, would I be able to learn how to create some potions? Like, I know how to create basic potions. Like, I can do healing, but you know.
If you're wanting to learn, I would be happy to teach you how to make a few basic potions. Generally, if someone wishes to learn how to make one, I will charge them a basic fee to teach them the potion that I know the potions that I know how to make. It depends on how long you're willing to stay and learn.
I will also need 10% of your earnings in the future.
I mean, I don't know how long we're going to stay. I would hope at least a little bit longer, because I've got a few things I want to do into town. But I mean, like, what kind of stuff can you teach me here? Because I need to know that you can actually teach me, stuff more than I already know. Because,
So she kind of sweeps her hand behind you and behind her and shows you the big array of potions. I know many potions. I've been an apothecary my entire life. And more depends on what you're wanting to learn. If you just want to learn basic healing potions and things of that nature, that's one thing. If you're wanting to learn how to make, say, a potion of clairvoyance like your friend was looking for, that's a whole nother matter. And that could take quite a bit of time.
He knows more than you.
I would say just, like, healing potions, maybe a little poisons along the way, but mostly healing potions.
Speaking of healing potions, you got any in stock?
She does. So what you're asking, Tergot, in the simplest of terms, every day you can come and learn how to do a potion. If you want to learn a expensive potion, that's going to take like a very complicated potion. It would take several days to learn how to make like just a basic lesser healing potion. It would probably take you about a day to learn.
Okay. Do I know how to make any potions right now?
Do you have proficiency in herbalism or anything like that?
I do have proficiency in herbalism.
Then you could probably make a minor health potion. General rule of thumb is I usually say half a day for a minor, a day for a lesser, and more days for more complicated because they have to simmer longer.
I just want to know where the pyramid scheme part comes in.
So I would be able to make.
MLM.
Would I be able to make like healing potions without having a teacher? Right now.
Right now, you could probably make a minor healing potion, provided that you had the ingredients to do so. The ingredients usually cost half of what a normal potion would cost.
I also have a handful of herb that we took from the potion thing.
Yeah, I also grabbed herbs from whatever dungeon that was.
I'd be willing to give it to you. I hand you an open handful of herbs, not contained in any way.
I think like half of these are drugs.
Oh, sorry, let me pick those out.
And she starts picking out little nugs out of all this
nugs.
big mess of
these
herbs.
Are so good. You can use these.
But so anyway, Tergot, if you had a place to make it, like in an apothecary, you could make 2 minor healing potions in the span of a day. The more days you spend doing it, the more you could theoretically make.
Or maybe you could even make a normal healing potion.
Training comes, like, for example, if you spent a week training with her and learning the finer nuances of potion making, you could probably lessen that time if that's the training you are wanting to learn. If you want to learn more complicated potions, typically I allow you to research to find them or to learn them from a person, and it just takes time researching to learn how to make new and more potions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll do that as when everyone else is researching. Then.
Cool.
And I'll probably just try to teach or learn how to, reduce the time it takes.
Okay. Well, so if you're wanting to just become a better potion maker, which is what it sounds like, she tells you if you were to spend a week with me training, I could teach you to become a better potion maker and be more effective at making your potions. Training for a week would cost you about 50 gold a day to learn under her. And she would be keeping all of the potions that you make.
Damn.
Is that part negotiable? Are you providing the materials in that sense? Okay.
Yes, I'm providing the material. You're using my equipment and my ingredients. What you're gaining is the learning of how to make them.
Okay, because usually when you take classes like these, they let you have the stuff afterwards.
Oh, usually. How many classes have you taken?
What?
And how many classes have you taken that you say usually?
Well, I mean, I used to learn at the Druid Guild Druid Grove.
You learned in a Druid Grove, where you lived, and this you're paying me to do a service.
You don't know I lived there. How do you know?
I'm assuming, dear.
Why would you assume that?
Because you're starting to irritate me.
We've been in the store so long, Tergot is starting a fight.
Yes, perhaps we should leave him to his fight and,
I would just like to pick up a couple of health potions if it's possible.
So her stock, she has quite a few minor healing potions. She has 3 lesser healing potions. She has, 2 of the moderate. I'm pulling up my prices right now.
So that's the 2d4 plus 2. And then the minor or lesser, whatever you're saying, is 1d4 plus 1.
Minor is 1d4 plus 1. Lesser is 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
So on and so forth. Hold on.
Damn, every time you've told me a lesser healing potion, I put it in as 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah, nope. Okay.
Whoopsie.
So she has what did I say? 10 minor healing potions. They cost 25 gold each. They do 1d4 plus 1. She has 3 lessers. Those cost 100 gold each. And she has 2 moderates. Those cost 400 gold each.
Whoa. Okay, so I'll buy the cheapest ones, the 1d4 plus 1.
Okay, how many of those are you wanting to buy?
So they're 25 apiece.
Yes.
So I'm going to spend 200 gold and get 8 of them.
Okay, there you go. And she hands over the 8, you hand over your gold.
8. All right, I'm finished.
I'll be back.
If you say so.
I mean, it's just entirely obnoxious that I don't get anything, any potions out of it.
You are welcome to find somebody else if my terms do not appeal to you.
You know what? Maybe I will. I probably won't. I'm probably just going to come back because, honestly, I don't want to have to go through the whole search of looking for someone else.
And as you're walking out the door, she's kind of muttering to herself, maybe I should start charging more for teaching.
Maybe you should start actually giving the potions to the people who make them.
Maybe you shouldn't start a fight with somebody who wants to teach you stuff.
I'm not starting a fight. I'm just
Aren't you, though?
negotiating. I'm negotiating.
I mean,
You
if
might just convince her to charge more that way.
Maybe you should pay for social classes to teach you to talk to somebody and the difference between negotiation and fighting.
I have a charisma of +2. I know what I'm doing.
Back home,
Apparently not.
we had to take propriety classes.
So, Fantine,
Yes.
did I mention I got you a gift?
What?
Yep.
Feels embarrassed. I'm not sure. I did get you something. I give you a minor healing potion.
Well, so, you know that pillow that I've been looking around that I had intended to put Kaylin on?
I do remember.
Well, I pull it out, and instead of her, it's got that Fey lady on it that we both met.
Wow.
In like a,
Don't let Tergot see this.
I'm already looking at it.
Oh no. It's nothing, Tergot. It's nothing.
That looks
basically
awfully like a fae.
in the exact like pose and style that you would have an anime waifu pillow, except it's Fey lady.
She's like got her hands up in her leafy hair.
So, I believe I described her as like a glowing form of a woman with like big old gigantic eyes and flowy like hair behind her. So I imagine this probably looks like glowy yellow or kind of like a pale golden color, silvery color, something like that, with giant eyes but not much else because other than the massive bosom, because of course it's Finn.
Yeah.
He took some artistic liberties, I see. It looks good.
I mean, you were thirsting over her, so I
It's
figured,
true,
why not have a thirst pillow?
Well, I really appreciate it. Make sure you do mark that minor healing potion because I did remove it.
Yep.
Finn, I got you a present, actually.
Oh no.
Not as weird as that. But I wanted to, do something to kind of extend an olive branch. I did not get you an olive branch, though, because I couldn't find an olive tree outside. I looked everywhere. Anyway, I'm going to pull out one of the sending scrolls. So, you've got that, succubus lady that you wanted to, you're trying to find, and I believe these will send a message to any plane of existence. I was debating on using it to tell Portleon to screw off.
A good use.
Yeah, but then I realized, you know what? Maybe I should try to make friends. So here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think there's a word limit, but I'm not entirely sure how scrolls work, or spells, or anything. So
That's fair.
yeah,
And so, Finn, go ahead and add a scroll of sending into your inventory. That does It's just a big scroll full of arcane glyphs, but you can read it and you can spend some time to discern and figure out how it works.
So, I have a gift for you.
All right, everybody exchange gifts.
It's a lesser healing potion. Not that you'd actually need to heal yourself, but I figured with you wanting to learn, since we're in town and less likely to be injured, you could try and do the thing where you deconstruct it and figure out how it's made.
Oh wow, this feels regifted, but thank you.
No. She gave me a minor healing. Mine's bigger.
Oh,
Ooh.
Of course it's bigger. It's Finn. I love it.
But also just because you can already make the minor ones, you can't make lesser yet, as far as I know.
well, thank you. I'm gonna put this in my bag of infinite holding or whatever this thing is called. Have you ever looked inside your knapsack? It's like a void in there. It's
Spooky.
weird.
Just
Mine's
don't
just a normal backpack.
put
You don't get.
anything else that's like that into that bag, otherwise it'll be very bad.
You mean don't put your bag into my bag?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or anything similar.
I'll try to keep them. I'm probably gonna forget.
Yeah.
Honestly. Wait, what if we do that to Veritude? How bad is it?
Whoa.
We could potentially get sucked in to another plane of existence.
Alright, so we go up to Veritude and then do that and just everything will be gone?
I'm not sure.
Just, I'm just making a game plan because honestly that sounds like a good way to just kind of rid ourselves of him. You know?
No. It's we would probably get sucked in as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what about your little hand thing that you do with your telekinesis? Maybe you could put have one of the bags be held by that, put it in, bit of ways from us.
Let's keep that as a last resort, shall we?
Alright, you're lost.
At which point, a black hole opens, rips literally everything inside it, and the entire universe is gone. Campaign over.
Oh, shoot.
Alright, now we get to fight amongst ourselves as to who gets to play what character class for the next campaign.
Alright, so I think we're planning to go to the castle now, if that suits everyone.
Aye.
I feel like that's not a good idea for me to go into, but I'm gonna follow you guys anyway.
Oh, jeez. That's fine.
I mean, you know what happened last time I was in Noble's house? Yeah. Well, actually, that was the inn. Either way.
Edmund kind of looks up at you, confused. What do you mean, Tergot? What did you do?
Last time Okay, so... I stole from the mayor's wife.
Gasp.
I righted the wrong. I sent the money back. But I stole from the mayor's wife. And
At least you righted the wrong. I guess that's a good thing. He seems confused.
Yes,
No,
we even gave them a little extra.
you gave them extra. But no, we really...
Let's
it's
keep
not good.
going before you give poor Edmund a headache.
Well, as you guys are decide to head to Northgard, Dolor, who had been with you throughout most of this time, says to you all, "Well, I am going to head to the conclave to hand in my bounty. It was very nice to meet you all. Perhaps we will meet again."
Yes, it
Who
was
are you?
a pleasure to meet you, Dolor. I embrace
name
him
is-
for a kiss.
His
Oh, and
name's Dolor,
Yeah,
and
Dol-
he's going to slip himself into someone's G-string.
And he gives Fantine a goodbye kiss as well, and probably lasts longer than it should. Everyone gets
Everyone gets
feels
very-
a little awkward as they're watching this.
Anyway.
But eventually they separate, and Dolar kind of waves before playing his lute and walks off.
Fantine, it's been like 2 days since you met him.
What can I say? I like to hit him and quit him.
Don't we all?
You know, I don't know how much respect for you I can lose still, but
Oh, she'll find some.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll find a little bit buried in some crevice. And you can lose that.
probably, I honestly, I still think you're a good fighter, so I guess there's that much respect, but I feel like that's gonna wear thin.
Don't forget, I can tell the future.
Can you actually, though?
I can really make it seem like I can.
That's
And that
why-
in and of itself is a skill.
She's not wrong. But as you guys are all traveling east along a well-traveled road, leading you through the merchant's quarter towards the docks before turning south for a bit until you come to the political seat of the kingdom of Radagast, Northgard Palace. The building is made of pure white marble, squarish in the middle, but with wings spread out to the east and west, squaring off again with several story walls that jut forward and meet again in the middle. The entire structure is covered in windows on each floor, and the top of the castle is lined in towers and steeples of varying height, giving the entire structure a very random and mismatched appearance. There's even a large moat surrounding the walls of the castle, with a very lovely marble bridge extending across its 30 or more feet in length. And as you guys are kind of looking over it, it's pretty clear that the thing has been built for both show and for protection at the same time. Like, imagine those medieval French castles that you can Google and see just like the big spires and all that shit, but still built like a fortress. That's kind of what you're seeing here. You all make your way down along the outer fence. This one is a 12-foot high one of wrought iron to an open gateway that leads to the bridge over the moat. You can already see a bit of a queue waiting in front. It's probably around, I'd say, about 11-ish or so in the afternoon. So you can see a bit of a queue forming up of people waiting to get in. And you guys are kind of forced to go walk around and get into the back of this line, which pretty soon more people pile up behind you. So you can tell this is pretty common for people to go up to the castle.
How long is the line?
Pretty damn long, actually. There's probably more than 24 people ahead of you in line. Some carrying items, some just in small groups and clusters. But the line moves fairly quickly.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Why?
I was going to ask if Fantine wanted to assist me and we could try and pull the old walk up to someone in line like we know them. Oh, hey, what's going on? Trick.
Such a prick move.
I mean, you can certainly try.
Nah, if it's moving pretty quickly, we don't need to.
It's moving relatively quickly. You kind of watch for a few minutes, and a group of 2 halflings walk up to the guards. There's 2 of them. Both are human, and they kind of just sit there, and you can see them questioning them for a few moments. They hand them a piece of paper, and after another minute or so, they're waved on, and they start moving down the road towards the moat. I'll show you guys the map here real quick. And if you look at the map there, the red dot, that's Northgard Palace. You guys kind of came in at the southwestern entrance down there. So you kind of have to walk along a nice open expanse of grass. A few trees sparse here and there, but the road leads to a moat, which you cross over a bridge to get to the building itself. So it's probably about a good 150 or more feet ahead of you guys when you pass through the gate. But as I said, there is a good amount of people ahead of you, so it takes you about an hour to get to your point in line. But you do wait patiently, and eventually, when your turn finally arrives, you're questioned by a pair of guards, the two human men, who, now that you're close to them, seem to be of middling years. They scowl at you a little bit, and one of them demands to know your business at the castle.
Could
Uh,
I pull out
I
the letter?
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually have it. I present that letter.
Wait, we have a letter?
Uh-huh.
Yes, it was
Me-
written by the mayor for Mildred Valcon.
Okay.
Oh,
So you hand him the letter and you tell him it's for Mildred. Oh, what? Well, one moment, please. And he summons another guard who comes running over. He whispers to him and points to these people and says, "These individuals have a letter for Chancellor Valcon. Please escort them inside." The guards kind of move aside, and your group, while the one guard that he called over kind of looks over all of you a little bit suspiciously, you hold out the letter one more time and repeat to who it is, who it's for, and eventually he does begin to lead you inside.
is it really this easy to get into a castle?
It is if you have the proper clearance.
Wait, they didn't even look at the freaking letter at all.
Shh.
Like they just kind of looked at the envelope, like, okay, go on. It's weird.
It is weird.
And I'm making some notes just in case I need to get in later. Okay.
What are you doing, Tergot?
Just writing in a small notebook in Sylvan, just in case I need to get in
Taking
later.
down weaknesses about their security system in case he wants to break in.
Okay, fair. Okay, fair enough. But you guys are all led eventually along the giant marble bridge, and as you kind of walk over that, you just marvel for a few minutes how big and wide this thing is. This is a pretty interesting structure here, and you can see, Tergot, how easily this building would be to defend. Besides the wide moat there, the outer wall and the inner wall, plus the wide open space of the plains, the grassy plains that you walk the grounds leading up to the moat, it's very easy to spot someone coming towards it. You think to yourself. If you want more info than that, you can make a survival check. It's up to you.
I was just writing, I was making a joke mostly.
Well,
But sure.
well, fine. Screw you.
19 in survival.
Beyond what I said so far, you're kind of writing in your book a little bit. You also notice as you're getting closer, while the run up to the fort is difficult, and the walls around the inner court is pretty high. Once you get past that, there's plenty of windows along the front of the building.
I could climb up one of those, huh?
Probably could.
Be really easy. Like, I even have a climbing speed and everything.
The windows are where they shoot arrows from.
Oh yeah,
But
but
it's
you can't
difficult
really
to
shoot arrows at someone climbing up. Anyway,
Anyway, you guys do eventually make your way towards the big double doors of the castle itself. You're led inside the castle through those double doors and into what seems like a very long hallway lined with marble columns. The doors on your left, right, with doors on your left, right, and directly ahead. Hold on a second. As you enter that main building there, there we go. The guard stops you just as you guys go through the entryway, and he leaves you there for a moment while he approaches a man dressed in purple livery trimmed in gold. He whispers in the guy's ear for a few moments before leading the man back over to you once more. The servant looks at all of you kind of with his nose up in the air as he spends a lot of time looking at you all. A satyr with a top hat, the tabaxi in his cloak. Basically, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
But with an afro.
But with an afro. And Donatello. he kind of looks at all four of you and just...
Here, this might make it better. I'll change my cloak manufacturing to be a bit more regal.
So you make your cloak look a different color, and what do you make it look like, Tergot?
Probably like a nice cyan blue with gold trimmings at the ends. Covers my face a bit more.
Okay, I like it. Anyway, the servant kind of watches you for a moment. Excuse me. And then he finally says, "I'm told you carry a letter for Chancellor Valkon. Is that correct?"
Yes.
Indeed.
He holds out his hand and says, "You may leave it with me. I shall deliver it to her, for you."
We have a more pressing issue as well, sir.
The letter requests an audience, but I mean, I will hand it to him.
Well, you say that we are supposed to give it to her. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay. Do you want to make that, Finn?
I have +8, sure.
Yes, you go ahead.
24.
The servant kind of rolls his eyes and says, "Very well. Please follow me. Do not track mud inside the palace, and do not touch anything."
A bit too late for the mud. Sorry.
He kind of just scowls at you, Tergot.
Oh, I mean, what else would you expect, honestly?
Probably.
Didn't tell us to wipe our shoes. Didn't tell us even to take off our shoes or anything. Just, come on.
At least they didn't refer to you as Sabrina the Teenage Bitch.
Who's that?
That's me.
Tergot, you just made me so unhappy.
Who's that?
Anyway, you are led along the plush purple carpet to the far door to the north, and then through another smaller passageway. You're taken from there to yet another room. This one also with the same carpet. When you stop here, you can see two very large, ornate double doors to the north, and two smaller doors to the east and to the west. The servant walks over to the door to the west and opens it for you all and say, "Please wait in here while the Chancellor is summoned."
Excellent.
You all walk in to find... Let's see here. You are all led into the left side door, as I said, revealing a small waiting room with two purple cushioned benches along the walls and a beautiful marble fountain carved in the likeness of a woman clad in a robe around her waist and holding a golden jug that pours water down into the basin. "I am sure you will be comfortable here," the servant tells you all. "Wait here while the Chancellor is summoned." At which point he turns sharply on his heel walks out the door and closes it behind you.
The
Anything
statue
interesting in the
doesn't
room?
look familiar, does it?
What? Sorry, Tergot, I think I heard you first. What did you say?
Finn can go first. I'm just kind of looking around the room.
Okay,
I
Finn,
was just asking if the statue looked familiar, or if it's just a likeness of a pretty lady.
go ahead and make a history check.
Sure.
And Tergot, go ahead and make a perception check.
10
14.
on history.
Yeah, you think possibly one of the 5 gods, but you're not quite sure because you're really not the religious type.
Fair.
You do remember that there is at least 1, maybe 2 female gods in that pantheon, but you're not sure if that's her.
Okay.
Oh, Finn, I might be able to offer some reference. I happen to have Bible of the 5 Gods. One of my many collections of books.
Yeah,
As
you
long
do.
as it's not the one that fries your brain when you read it.
It's not. Can I make a religion check with that and maybe get advantage for it?
Did I give you a handout for the Bible? I can't remember if I did or not.
I don't recall. I don't think so. I think when I was looking at it, you said that it was mainly like stories, like the real Bible.
Yeah, that's right. I
Mhm.
do remember that.
But
Yeah,
I think it offer a frame of reference for at least what the gods are.
yeah. I'll go ahead and say you open that and you can look through the pictures and scan the words. So yeah, you can go ahead and make a religion check for that.
Do I get advantage?
Yeah, you can have advantage for that. Tergot, you kind of walk around the room, and besides, there's 2 chairs there. You find a few copper pieces in the cushions themselves. Another 3 silver and 2 copper in the fountain itself. Seems like somebody has flicked coins in there on occasion. There's 2 end tables, both of which have golden candelabras, which is what actually gives the room its light. Apart from that, there's really nothing else in the room.
All right, I'm
Good.
definitely taking the coins, and
I was-
I look. I just kind of stare at the candelabras for a second.
They're very beautiful. They're also very large. They're probably half of your body size.
I was worried that there might be fish in the fountain and that Tergot might try and eat them.
Fantine, you pull out the book and you're scanning through it, and no, you don't.
Yeah.
You're
what
not
happens
sure. It's
is
hard to tell.
I open it up and I find the part about the scholar and I go, "Have you heard about this guy? I think he's just so interesting." And then I just start reading that part.
Yep, absolutely.
Or you get distracted by the nudie pictures.
Yeah, there's a lot of nudie pictures in the Bible.
Oh, there's always nudie pictures in the Bible.
Oh, whoa, there's nude pictures of the scholar in here, and he has a 10-pack.
I could probably fit this candelabra into the bag, but like, would they notice it's missing? They probably would.
Yes.
But imagine how much it would be worth. It would be so hard selling it.
Imagine how much it would be worth. Now imagine what life would be like if someone cut your skin off. Now think about how the 2 might be related.
I rolled a 7 for wisdom, and now I'm regretting rolling for wisdom check. And now I'm putting one of the candelabras in my bag.
Can we see this happening?
Oh yeah, it's pretty obvious that Tergot starts trying to lift up a candelabra that is about half his size. So first off, Tergot, make an athletics check for me.
Please stop.
Hey, Matt.
It's not worth
That was arcana.
it.
That was
That's
the worst.
even worse.
I got a quick
4.
question for you.
Okay, hold on 1 second. So you guys all see Tergot grasping this giant candelabra, wrapping around it the base of it with both hands and just straining to lift, and the thing's wobbling a little bit. Go ahead, Finn. What were you going to say?
While he's distracted, can I try and grab that bag of money that Shadowfire left him to give to us without him noticing?
In my bag of holding.
I know it's there.
Well, you can certainly try.
Cool.
So you suspect that it's in the bag of holding, and you're going to attempt to steal it from there. So that would be a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that's at advantage. Or no, I'm sorry. You're doing it regular. Tergot, I need you to roll a perception check at disadvantage because you're focusing on trying to lift up this giant thing.
10.
So we both got a 10.
Well, Tergot, as you're trying to lift this up, you feel your cloak being pulled back, and you turn and look, and there's Finn grasping your cloak, lifting it up off the edge of your back.
I would not. I'm gonna say to you, like I told Shadowfire, I have cut off many a hand in my day.
Yeah, and
I don't
I
want
think
you
it's
to.
important that nobody steal from anybody right now, and especially not from the
Ever.
castle.
Like, I've never stolen from you guys once.
Yeah, that's great. I appreciate it. Now, please don't steal from the castle while we're waiting to get an audience.
But look at it.
That's pretty much the one thing that could throw this all off. Could you sit down for just like 5 minutes?
Look at it.
I see it.
Ah, you're no fun.
Tergot, resist the temptation.
Well, maybe he should resist his temptation as well.
I agree. All of us should be
True.
resisting our temptations and sitting down and not touching each other or anything in this room.
we can't
Don't make
even-
me separate you two.
We're already separated.
Anyway, Tergot,
Don't make me turn this adventure around and go back home.
Now,
Please,
Ormr
that's
is
what I
getting
want.
involved. You know it's really serious.
You know, like, I would like to go back home, honestly, because, you know, somewhere else, but, you know. Anyway, not the point.
Anyway, so Tergot, you release the candelabra and let it steady itself so it doesn't fall over and it land on you because that thing was heavy,
or catch something on fire.
or catch something on fire. And you all kind of separate and settle in to wait for hopefully the Chancellor to arrive. You guys,
Cool.
as you settle all into your wait. Edmund goes over and kind of sits by the fountain for a little bit before just relaxing on a bench. 15 minutes goes by. 30 minutes goes by. What were you saying, Fantine?
Nothing.
Okay. 45 minutes, then an hour, then an hour and a half, and then 2 hours. God damn.
All right.
With
That
keen
really
mind,
made
I'm
me
probably
angry.
starting to get a little antsy.
Why are all nobles like
Okay,
this?
so I'm trying to just move my character, and it's moving the entire map along with my character.
Well,
Okay, well, I just moved you back to where you should be.
Okay, because like I was just trying to move my character over by the thing, and it's moving the map too
Yeah.
for some stupid reason. Just FYI.
Right,
But anyway, what's that?
I'll poke my head out the door.
Okay. You open the door and poke your head out, and you see there's a guard standing just to your left. Let me see if I can do something real quick. There you go.
Awesome.
You open the door and you can see there is a guard stationed just outside, who looks over to you and kind of scowls. Yes.
I'll put a gold piece in my hand and extend my hand out to shake his hand and go, hello there, sir. I was just wondering if you could tell us where we are on the good lady's scheduling, as it were.
The guard kind of looks down at your hand, and then very slowly his eyes roll back up. He's kind of just standing there with his arms behind his back, just leaning against the wall, a little bit slouched, but he makes no move towards your hand. Instead, he simply says, "The Chancellor is in council right now. She will arrive when she arrives. You can
Right. Thanks anyway.
wait inside.
Is there any better place we can wait? Because honestly, this is getting a bit boring in here. There's not much to do. You don't even have like card games or anything.
Finn, close the door.
I close the door.
You know, maybe just a board game, maybe Dragon Chess.
When Finn closes the door, I would like to pull out my cracked crystal ball.
Okay. So Finn does close the door, and the guard does not move from where he's standing.
I'm going to try to scry on Chancellor Valcon.
Okay.
Here's hoping.
Let's see. She needs to make... Is it a wisdom saving throw?
Probably.
I believe so. Scrying. Yeah, wisdom save.
Okay. You focus in on the crystal,
Jeez.
thinking downwards, Chancellor Valcon, Chancellor Valcon. You have the letter in your hand that you're kind of using as your focus since you've never actually met her. But as the clouds in the crystal ball begin to glow and begin to spread apart, all you're hit with is a blank wall. There's nothing there. She unfortunately has succeeded in resisting.
Unfortunate.
She-
What's the save for the crystal ball?
I think it's 13.
13. Did I
Don't
roll
have
my
any cards.
dice for this? Today?
I thought you did. You did that yesterday or last session.
I think so, and I think the only number I have left is 11, so she would still succeed. I don't think my cards can do anything for me today. Well, I did my best. Yeah.
You know, like honestly, I think at least something here, like cards. Like, what are we supposed to do while waiting? It's not a very good waiting room. Just a wishing well.
I'm wondering if we're here waiting or if we're intentionally being skipped or something.
Oh, we're probably it's noble. Nobility. They're not very great. No offense, Edmund. All offense to you, Fantine. But
No offense taken, Tergot. Edmund's kind of looking at you confused.
Finn,
you're
perhaps-
nobility. Nobility isn't the greatest group of people.
What
You know?
can I do for you?
Perhaps this might be a good mission for your familiar. I would hate to put him in harm's way, but if he could scope it out there, then we would at least know
I have a bird.
if we were
Aye.
gonna.
It would be useful since he can be invisible and all that. I'll
I
have him.
Just
Open the door and be like, wondering if we could use the bathroom or something, and then as you leave, he sneaks out invisible as well.
I could put my bird on the same mission, so I can actually use it once.
Does your bird go invisible?
No, but it's a bird, so it's kind of one of those things like, oh, bird in the castle,
And then they would be like, oh, why is there a bird in the castle? Somebody shoo it out with a
Shoot
broom.
Or shoot it with an arrow and eat it.
Yeah.
Why would they eat it? It's a tiny bird. I
mean,
wouldn't eat it.
If you want
Haven't
to
you
throw
ever
your
heard of
bird
an
out,
ortolan?
it's
Also-
also more likely to be noticed by the god that's standing right outside if you just open the door and release a bird.
Well, I mean, I could go a little away from the door. I just want to use it. I'm fine.
I think there will be a good opportunity for it, but
All right.
indoors in the castle might not be it.
Fantine, here's the plan. You're gonna
Yeah.
act like Tergot did something, and you're making him sit outside the door for a few minutes
Mhm.
as punishment. And
Am I a child?
when you open the door, I don't know, do you act like one?
Can I just
Every now and then.
can I just say I need to go to the bathroom?
Oh, that's fair too, sure. I just figured
No,
this
I-
would be believable.
I would like to actually sit outside for a bit, see what's going on out there. That would be
In either case, when we open the door slightly, I will have Barnabas go outside, invisible, and go look around.
Okay. So Fantine walks over, begins to open the door, and we will find out what happens next after we come back from break.
Sure.
Fantine dies instantly.
Instantly.
I open the door to a black hole.
But we will be right back in about 10 minutes or so stay tuned, everybody. And we're back. When we last left off, the Debauchery Circus was sitting in a room inside the capital city castle and are currently waiting for the Chancellor to arrive. They had decided to have Fantine open the door and kind of make a commotion to distract, to allow Barnabas, Finn's familiar, to turn invisible and sneak out. So, Fantine, you push open the door nice and wide, and you kind of stand there leaning a little bit to one side, and what are you doing?
Mr. Guard, sir, I really have to use the ladies' room. Could you maybe escort me there or point me in the direction?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check. And while you're doing that, Barnabas, go ahead and make a stealth check with advantage because you are turned invisible as you try to scooch past.
Sure.
15. The guard kind of rolls his eyes as he looks at you and says, "One moment while I get a servant." And you watch as he walks down towards the door to the south and opens it, and you hear him calling for somebody named Mitchell. As you do, with an 18 stealth, Barnabas, you very easily move past Fantine in your invisible form and walk out into the hall.
Ooh.
As Barnabas steps out there, he can see the guard, and you can see this as you push your vision into your familiar. You can see the guard with his head open. The door is open just a bit, and you can see past him into the next hall, where you see another guard. You can probably see that from where you are.
Yes.
Who definitely appears to be somebody that the guard's talking to. Other than that, there are the double doors to the north, and which are closed, and there is a closed door to the east.
Okay. What do the double doors look like? They're made out of how heavy do they look?
I actually think I have a note for that. Yep, these are very large wooden doors that are extremely, extremely gilded. There are big carvings of fish and flowers kind of all over these huge, huge doors. They look pretty damn heavy.
Okay, let me check one thing really quick. Okay, so I'm gonna back over into a corner and cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And then I can use the mage hand because it's invisible to open the door for Barnabas.
Finn,
Actually,
I could also be opening doors when I go to the bathroom.
yeah, but probably not the big double doors.
Probably not, but
Okay, so you're using your mage hand to push open the door.
Although actually, it doesn't even matter because I can cast it without verbal and somatics. So
yeah, you definitely cast it, and you know where it appears, but it's invisible to everybody else, and you
Yep.
can move it to the doors. Go ahead and I'm trying to think.
as long as it's unlocked, it says I can open an unlocked door.
Well, it's more of a strength thing to me, but I'd say yeah, because you can pick up 10 pounds, so with a mage hand. So I'd say yeah, you do slowly start to push the door open, and it moves just enough for Barnabas to stick his head in, and what he sees is this. You see a very large chamber. A man in a crown seated high upon a dais, with a woman sitting behind him. Quite a few guards around you, and two men, a halfling and a dwarf, standing at the foot of a very large set of stairs. A woman standing in the middle of the stairs, who they all appear to be listening to a report. There are guards standing right next to you, one looking directly down, and you kind of freak out for half a second, and with a bit of panic as this guard looks towards you, but it seems he's just looking at the door that, from his point of view, opens slightly and is just sitting there open. Barnabas, as what he can hear in this moment, is they seem to be talking about the city of Venuus. You hear the halfling say, "The elves have appeared from at the boundary of Venuus and are currently asking for representatives to meet with them. We have an ambassadorship already prepared, Your Highness, but as of right now, we need to discuss the situation with them." And from that point, you see the guard reaching over and pushes the door closed once again. Barnabas, make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Sure. 18.
He barely manages to pull his head back as the door is pushed closed once again.
Yeah, that's fine.
In that moment, Fantine, you see the guard at the door looking backwards suddenly. And he kind of looks at the door and looks at you again and said, "Did you move?"
no, I was just standing here kind of, I swing the door a little bit like I was just kind of idly, like, swinging it around.
Make a deception check.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Deception. Big 13.
His eyes kind of look at you narrowly and says, "Well, come on. I have someone to escort you." And he pushes the door he's standing at open, and you see a young page, a servant in livery, standing there. He kind of...
I walk kind of slowly to give Barnabas time to catch up if he wants to follow me this way.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. I walk through the doorway pretty slow, like,
Okay.
so that he leaves it open for a while.
And you hurry past, and Barnabas scurries along. I'm not going to make him make a check for that, but
Yay.
together the two of you are led south through the first set of doors that you came through.
I think that... sorry, I think my mic's cut. But I also kind of want to hide my elven ears a little bit. Let's try to make it a little bit less obvious that I am elven. I'm not sure what's going on, but
Well, you wouldn't have heard anything about
okay.
that. This is
All right.
Finn would have heard this in his head while you were standing there.
Okay.
I will point out. But you do walk down, and you are taken along a path to the east into another long hallway, and eventually led to a small chamber with a what's the
Amber pot.
chamber pot. A chamber pot, a small basin, a pitcher of water, so on and so forth.
Can I peer around this room and see if there's any kind of cracks or crevices?
Yeah, you can make a perception check.
Not sure I'll do anything with it, but well, that's 9.
Yeah, you kind of walk around the bathroom, and it's a fairly standard-looking bathroom for medieval times. Chamber pot, basin, water, that sort of thing. Rug on the floor, a lantern in there for light.
Carpeted bathroom.
What's that?
I said a carpeted bathroom.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Other than that, you look around the walls. You don't see any cracks or hidden anything. It's just solid stone walls.
All right. I'll do my business.
And Barnabas, who's been invisible, had followed
The
you.
other way.
Barnabas, what are you doing?
Don't look. I do actually have to pee.
He's not gonna look.
I know Finn can see through your eyes, so look the other way.
Hey, he knows how to treat women. His mama didn't raise no fool.
Okay, well,
So I guess while she's doing that, he'll just kind of look around the room, maybe tap on some of the walls a little bit.
sure. Go ahead and make a perception, or go ahead and make an investigation check if you're trying to thoroughly investigate the room while Fantine's peeing.
Okay, I believe
I'm not going to make you roll for pee, Fantine.
I think that's
Do it very good and well.
So 17. Damn.
17. Barnabas, in his invisible form, kind of flies around the room, poking at every wall, every stone. You don't find anything that moves, anything. It's just solid stone.
Yeah.
They're quite nice. It's all marble.
Check under the rug, I guess.
Yeah, the floors, the tile under you is marble. The walls are a slightly darker shade of marble. It's all very beautiful stonework, but no hidden passages or anything in the bathroom.
Okay.
There's just nothing there.
All right. Finish peeing.
Okay.
I'd like to make my way back.
Yeah, so yes, you finish peeing, you wash, blah 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 blah. And after cleaning yourself up, you go to the door, and there the page is standing there, literally next to the door, waiting for you to come out again.
Thank you, dearly, for waiting on me.
It's my job to escort guests, especially odd ones.
Oh, did your boss tell you something that we were unsavory characters?
I'm just your pointed hat is very odd.
Oh, I thought it was in fashion in the city. I'm actually a traveler, so please forgive my quirks. And my friends, too.
He just kind of
Like
shrugs nonchalantly and leads you back out into the main foyer and out into, eventually, back to where your companions are. Is Barnabas wanting to do anything or try to break away at any point, Finn? Finn, you there?
You have
I'm gonna guess probably not. Okay, so while Fantine and Barnabas had been gone, Tergot, Ormr, were you guys wanting to do anything?
I'm still waiting on the dragon chest set. Bleh. Hoping that a guard brings something to entertain us.
Yeah, if only that were true.
Probably poke my head out once, like, hey, just anything, literally, so we don't start clawing at the walls. Come on, 'cause, I might start clawing at the furniture. Please,
Make a persuasion check.
13.
Can you have that with advantage? Because I'd be getting kind of worried that, like, I'm going to end up being a target. I'd be like, come on, please. Let's keep the cat happy.
Yeah, I guess so. Go ahead and make one more roll, Tergot.
What's
21.
happening?
The guard kind of rolls his eyes and reaches into a pouch at his waist. He pulls out 4 dice, 4 simple D6 dice that seem very worn and very well used, and he hands those over and says, "Entertain yourself with this."
There's
Let's see.
no ball of string or anything. I mean, it is a cat.
Die. I can roll them, but is there like a game out of this, or?
Make one up.
You don't know how to dice, kid?
You
Well, I
just
know how
roll
to-
it and hope for 7s.
All right. Hey, Ormr, you want to gamble?
Sure, so long as I can gamble, like, not real money.
Oh, well, yeah. No, I mean,
You've got copper coins.
yeah. Let's do. Let's
True.
put 5 silver on the table.
Okay, I'm gonna look at my coins and I'm gonna take a couple copper just to see if he notices. I'm gonna try to slip copper in instead of the silver.
Okay. Make a sleight of
Different-
hand check.
They're different coins.
I'm with your even passive perception. I'm not going to make you roll, Tergot. You see Ormr trying to put copper coins into the pot.
Ormr, you do realize silver are different shape and color and everything.
Oh, yeah. This money thing just confuses me. I put them back and I
got a
Pull out
19 on
silver.
insight.
Go ahead and roll for deception. Yeah, she full of shit.
All right. Do you want to do copper instead? I mean, it's a bit boring, but
no, silver's fine.
all right. 5 silver on the table, and I guess we each get 2 dice, or do we just roll one after the other, or how many dice did he give us?
He gave you 4 d6.
Yeah. So do you want to roll 2 dice so you get higher, or?
Sure. Let's
All right.
Okay, each of you roll 2d6. Why not? I was just
I'm going to slide a hand.
2 good rolls.
9 out of slide a hand. Never mind.
so you see Tergot roll a 10, try to grab him up again, Ormr, and you're like, no. You kind of smack his hand away with your quarterstaff. You got an 11, he got a 10, so you got 5 extra silver now. Why
I
not?
kind of like this game. Do you want to keep giving me more?
Sure. Why not? 5 more silver.
Fantine, by this time you probably have returned with the invisible Barnabas in tow. Unless Barnabas wanted to try to break away at any point, Finn.
Nah.
I got the feeling that we were creating incredible audio content in here that people will be very happy to listen to. What's going on?
We're gambling.
Amazing. Let's do it for 15 more minutes.
Well, you can certainly try.
So, as it turns out, they are having a meeting. Something about a delegation meeting with some delegation of elves.
Really? The elves have left their little bubble?
They sent out some folks saying that they wanted people to meet with and talk to.
That's odd.
Aye, a bit.
Edmund kind of peeks up at this. Why is that odd, Fantine?
Far as I know, the elves think that everyone else is a little bit lesser, and so they prefer to stay in their home and leave everybody else to their business.
Well, that is strange. Then why would they come out of their nation?
I don't know. Can I? Is this something I could make like a check for to see if this does anything? I don't know.
Well, what are you trying to figure out? What do you want to know, Fantine?
Just if I know any reason that they might do so, or if I've heard of this happening before. Have they sent out delegations in the past that I would know about?
Sure.
Or have learned about?
Go ahead and make a history check.
All
Probably
right.
with advantage because you are an elf.
I do be an elf.
Half elf.
Ooh, 21.
Okay. So you're thinking back, and you were educated in the Elven Nation for most of your life, though your early years was with Auntie Sybil. You have a decent grasp of Elven history. As far as you know, it's been centuries since the elves have last left Elmithia. Actually, if you may not remember this, Fantine, but I sent you a little text thing a long time ago talking about the last time the elves actually had left their country and what you would know about that.
I could probably find that.
Yeah. But what you do know is it's over 250 years. I think it was like 275 years ago or something like that was the last time the elves actually left their country. And they basically invaded the kingdom of Radagast just by sending a small military force into the country. They went and did a very large search of the Mistspire mountains. The same mountains that you guys had actually been to recently. They searched there for some time. Eventually, the kingdom's soldiers caught wind of this and sent a group out to confront the elves. And there was no actual fight. There was a little bit of time that the elves convinced them to let them linger and search the mountains, though the kingdom soldiers actually did so with them, trying to keep the peace. And eventually the elves didn't, as far as you know, did not find what they were looking for. The reports that you read just said that they came back to Elmithia, unhappy about their search. But apart from that, you don't quite know what it was they were looking for.
And so the place that you were saying, I know I didn't hear this, but I'm reading the thing. It says at the end, my dad swore an oath to Coldtrast that the next time the elves wished to enter Radagast territory, they would send an ambassador to Venuus first to request permission.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So I suppose I can put two and two together. It seems like they have a desire to return to Radagast, and they seem to be honoring my father's promise. So yeah, I'll definitely tell them, my father's a man of some note. So I guess they've decided to come out again, though I never found out the reason for the first trip, so...
Strange.
I'm not sure. Something to keep in mind, I suppose. Maybe if this Chancellor ever speaks to us, we might be able to question her a bit about it. But I also don't want to give away that we've been sneaky.
You know, I've been wanting to talk about, because didn't the Federation invade a couple, however long ago?
They did the dwarves.
Yeah, I don't know the geography of this.
And the Federation is different than what else were you talking about? The Syndicate?
Isn't the Syndicate part of the Federation?
Are they the same?
Tergot, you would know that the Syndicate, the Cerulean Syndicate, they operate out of the Margarden Federation.
Yeah, no, Fantine, they're the same thing, pretty much.
Yeah. Had caught word on the street a while back that the cult of the Dreamer was attacking the dwarves. So I'm not sure if that ties the two together or if the dwarves are just
Wait.
under attack by everyone.
Did we get rid of that? I thought it was the
Yeah.
Federation tech. Oh,
No, this was before, way back when, because I had an old note. It was like I can't remember what it was. We were going somewhere and we like overheard something or read something.
Yeah, I think
And
you overheard in an inn some people talking about that.
Yeah.
That someone had come through from the Federation and was attacking the town of Weston, and you eventually found out that it was the Dreamer cult that was attacking them.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the Syndicate and the Dreamer cult might be working under the same influence.
Seems like it.
And this Dreamer cult, that's also the same group that was sending zombies, plant zombies, to attack Dusk Hollow.
Yeah, different sect technically. There's a bunch of
Yeah. So apparently the Dreamer cult in Dusk Hollow is not favorable to the guy who was recently added, the Veritude, but he's a part of the Dreamer cult, so I don't know. We need to get into this.
I think. Did I work for a cult?
I think you were almost inundated into a cult, but you escaped, and that's great.
Well, I mean, I was there for a couple years. And
You were fully inundated.
I was.
Well, you guys have kind of been sitting here talking for a little while, and eventually
We die of old age.
you die of old age.
Never even getting to see the Chancellor.
Finn, you would know that you've basically been here about 3 hours, and finally, the door opens, and a woman steps through. You actually recognize this woman, Finn. She is the same woman that was standing on the stairs that Barnabas had saw, speaking with the king.
Good day, ma'am.
And let me see here. So this woman who walks in is wearing a blue silk blouse, charcoal gray vest and coat, and a very low skirt. She has dark blonde hair piled high up on her head, and has a silver chain woven through the big swirl of her hair. Around her neck, she wears a necklace with 3 rubies on a platinum chain, and both of her wrists have matching platinum bracelets on them. She says, "My apologies for your wait," as she closes the door. "I'm sure you can appreciate how busy the palace is today, what with a new development in the south. And anyway, I'm told that you have a letter for me, is this correct?"
I'll take off my hat in the presence of a lady and say, "Aye, and we also have someone important that we brought with us."
Indeed. Well, may I see this letter first?
Sure.
Yeah. The letter. Here you go.
Okay. And she takes the letter from you and begins reading over it, and you kind of see her lips moving, and she says, well, this is an interesting development in light of recent events. According to this, Mayor Uphill is requesting both soldiers and magisterium aid, and he wishes for your group to report to the king your experiences in the Mistspire Mountains. Unfortunately, the king is unavailable at this time and will not be ready for the rest of the day. Will not be available to you for the rest of the day.
We do also have another pressing issue.
You have a couple of things.
A couple of things. What do you mean?
I'll let Finn go
May
first.
I present to you, and I'll bow at him slightly a little. Edmund Coltrast.
And Edmund kind of, when you say his name, he pulls the hood back on his cloak and kind of sweeps his cloak back so he can show the finery that is wearing, the rapier on his hip. He says, "Yes, I too wish to speak to the king. My name is Edmund Coltrast, son of the late Baron Mordred Coltrast and heir to his lands. I am here to report to His Majesty the wrongful murder of my father at the hands of his once dear friend, Lord Veritude."
And also, Lord Veritude is a part of this cult. I gesture to the letter. Same thing.
And she kind of is looking like you see a very large amount of confusion on this woman's face at first, and her eyes get wide at when he says his name, Edmund Coltrast, and then when you speak up, her eyes settle in on you, Fantine. You are an elf, are you not? Did you cross with a group from the south?
No. I came all on my own. I have no connection.
He's been traveling with us.
Yeah, that's for a while
I'm
back.
actually only half elf, and you can imagine the kind of treatment that gets me.
And she seemed very surprised by this whole thing, and that does definitely change things, doesn't it?
It does.
She kind of strokes her chin a little bit.
I also have some information that might help you with the whole Federation situation you seem to have going on.
And who are you, sir? She kind of looks confused now, looking at you, Tergot.
I am oh God,
Togar!
sorry. You are stunning, and
Wow.
honestly, I'm bitching.
Cat literally got his tongue. It was himself.
I am Tergot Wildengard. I am of the Ilkatari Druids, but more importantly, I'm from the Federation. Came up, escaped from that horrible place, and I have some bits and pieces of information that might help you try to get these people to not take over your land.
So, Valcon looks between you, Tergot, and you, Fantine. You, Edmund, Finn, and last at Ormr. She finally says, "I will inform the king at once. Please remain here until summoned."
Is there a nicer place we could stay? If it's going to be more hours? Could we perhaps get like a room with beds in it or something?
Dragon chess, just please. It sounds very interesting.
I will see about arranging someplace nicer. Please just wait here for a moment while I settle things. And she kind of turns pretty quickly, actually. Opens the door, and you kind of see her as she's pushing the door closed behind her. You can see her whispering to the guard.
Would I be able to do an insight check to see if she's actually going to try to find us nicer accommodations?
Can I try to overhear what she whispers?
Yes and yes. Insight check and perception check.
Yeah, I don't know shit. I got a 6.
Yeah. Ormr, as far as you can tell, she seemed pretty legit.
Sorry, didn't mean to roll it with advantage, but 18.
Okay. With an 18, you can hear a few snippets of words. You hear keep them inside. Prepare to be seen. More soldiers.
Okay.
What's going on?
Not entirely sure. Seems like we're to be kept here. And also they're going to retrieve more soldiers. But I only heard bits and pieces. So while that may sound alarming,
They might think we're spies. I did tell them
yeah,
yes.
yes, you did reveal that we knew of what was happening, which was not very smart.
Well, people in the tavern knew. A hairless tabaxi knew. Everyone knows. Sorry,
Them
hairless tabaxis are
attacking the dwarves. I thought you were referencing like what was happening with them. Oh, this is not the Dwarven Kingdom.
Yes, I know, but the syndicate has little bits and pieces in every city that I've seen. I was trying to find them in Dark Hollow, or Dusk Hollow, but you didn't let me. But they kind of have a grasp on every city here.
Mm.
So, I thought it'd be good. Like, hey, these people who are attacking your neighbors might have,
It seems like the elves are causing problems, perhaps, and that I am not welcome here.
Well, that's quite racist.
Maybe. We're not sure yet.
We're gonna get executed.
Do we wait? I mean, if something happens, I'm gonna drink this gaseous form potion.
I doubt
So that's one
that we
person out.
would want to cause a stir by leaving immediately. That could just get you into more trouble.
It's true. Hopefully, I'll be able to explain my way out of it. Maybe you can hold my cursed book in your bag of holding.
You know what? Sure, I'll probably read it later, but
You can read it later as long as you return it to me later and don't.
it's not uncommon, is it?
It is.
It's
I
can't read it.
Try resetting. The
No,
screen.
you said I thought you said uncommon. It's not.
No.
It's not rare.
No, I was like, what language is it in?
I'm not sure what language the grimoire is. All I know is that it hurts my head when I read it. I think that it's probably in some, I don't know. It's
Mystical,
runes.
everyone understands it language.
I don't know, because I think I had to use my Eyes of the Runekeeper to be able to read it. Was that he was like, oh, you can't make sense of it, and then I was like, but what if I can read already?
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I will remind you that when you did read it, it really made your head fuzzy, even doing it when you succeeded in reading it.
It does cause damage every time.
Maybe it's an infernal.
Or abyssal or something.
All
I
I
only
know
say
is
infernal
that
because infernal is the one that I can speak and read. So
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing out more ideas because, abyssal sounds weird.
all I know is that I don't want to be seen as like an enemy and then also have a cursed item on me
fair.
that might connect back to some.
Probably
cult.
a good idea.
If
We
I
have
can put it in somebody's bag of holding, where
Yeah,
it would be less easily found.
I don't have much in my bag of holding, and I like having stuff in my bag of holding because it's so cool. Like, it just, everything I put in here, it's still weightless. Like, or not, the bag weighs.
Okay, so let's add to Tergot's inventory. I've been calling it the Grim Grimoire. So that's what I have it written as in my inventory.
Just make sure I have a chance to look at it and see if it is written in infernal.
I want to look at it right now.
Page.
Sure.
You're gonna take
Finn?
brain damage.
Finn, so just to be clear, you're opening the book to read it? To see if
Yep.
you can read it?
Yep.
Okay. Let me pull that out again. Hold
I
on
know
1 second.
3 languages: Common, Infernal, and Sylvan. I do not have the thingy that lets me read anything.
Okay. So you open the book to the first page and look down, looking at the words on it, trying to figure out if you recognize them. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Sure. Wow. I rolled a natural 1. Are you kidding me?
Damn.
I have a
that
plus
sucks.
5 bonus and proficiency.
My 11.
Finn, where are you? Finn, wake up!
So it's an 11 on the die.
Okay, so I got
it
a
would be
17.
Oh,
Or a 16.
16, yeah.
Okay. So,
Oof.
As your eyes begin to scan over the pages, your brain is immediately assaulted by the most painful spikes you've ever... It feels like nails are being driven into your skull, and you immediately take 10 points of psychic damage, and then you fall unconscious.
Pretty cool, right? Oh, Finn.
I don't respond because I'm unconscious.
Finn.
So that's
Oh,
10,
dear.
10 points of psychic damage, and Finn just crumples down onto the couch, unconscious completely.
Ah, God, I'm gonna have to do this. I put my hand.
Okay, sorry.
I'm putting my hand on his chest and gonna pump a cure wounds into him.
I also have a healing potion if you want to save a spell
Nope,
slot.
already doing it.
Okay, Tergot, you go running over to Finn, placing your hands on his chest, and cast Cure Wounds. So Finn's body is restored for 6. So Finn, you can mark that on your character sheet.
Yeah.
However, you are still unconscious.
Yep.
So I closed the book and put it into Tergot's inventory. Alright, you keep that safe and sound. Can I shake Finn? See if that does anything?
Yeah, you can shake him. You shake him a little bit, and he still is unconscious.
Can I...
This is not a good look for us, guys.
I take out a dagger, and I give him a prick.
Okay, roll to attack.
Am I able to do this in such a way that I'm not, like, dealing hella damage to him?
I mean...
Because I'm not swinging into him with a dagger. I'm trying to cut him to do a damage, if possible.
So you...
Like
roll again.
prick a
Roll it.
finger or
Roll an
something.
attack. And I was going to say, if you can make over a 10, you can control it, which you did. You rolled an 11. So you very carefully slice into Finn's leg, or where are you cutting him? Where are you cutting him, Fantine?
I'll do his leg. That's fine.
Okay. You cut into that woolly bottom that is his leg because he's a satyr, so he's half goat down there, and you cut him, doing 1 point of damage. The blood begins to pool out into the fur of his leg, and so you got what? Go ahead and take 1 more point of damage, Finn.
I'm not healing that.
And you
Fantine.
Got blood on the furniture.
Make a wisdom save to resist drinking it.
You wake up suddenly, shoot! Ah, fuck! And your eyes are open, but you are groggy. And what is that?
Sorry, Finn. It was necessary. You were assaulted
hell,
by the
yeah.
mind book.
That's probably a good way to
and
do
it
it,
took
too.
your consciousness away.
Did I see or hear anything while I was out?
Well, Finn, while you were asleep, your consciousness kind of drifted out, and you seemed to float in a vast sea of darkness. Occasionally, pinpricks of light flash before your eyes. And as your consciousness floated there, you began to see vast currents of energies, elemental energies, swishes of fire, torrents of water, gusts of air, mountains of earth, all shoved together, swirling around in a huge vacuum that seems to draw you in closer and closer. You try to scream out and fight against it, but there's nothing to fight against. You're being drawn in, pulled towards it by this odd sort of gravitational pull in the pit of your stomach, like at your navel, just dragging you forward. And you claw at your chest, trying to fight against it, but you're unable to. As this madness of torrent of energy just gets closer and closer, swirling about you. You look, and there in the center you see what at first was just this multitude swirl of colors and energy. A black line begins to form. It spreads apart outward, revealing a perfect black eye with a red iris, and it focuses directly at you. You hear a voice in your head. Satyr, Interesting. And you watch as this black tendril of energy just begins coming out towards you. Almost like a tentacle, just swirling, moving towards you in this snake-like fashion. You scream out in terror as it reaches towards you, pointed directly at your eye. And suddenly pain in your leg shoots through your body, and you scream, waking up to the sensation of Fantine's knife going against your soft and tender leg.
Yikes.
Did you see the time knife?
What kind of a check can I make on that?
Make a claw?
To see if I know anything about what the hell just happened, or who that was.
Obviously, it was Sauron.
Obviously, Sauron. Fuck you, Fantine.
It was Tentacle Sauron.
It's up to you. What do you think? As you're thinking about the experience, you're just sitting there in that chair, gasping, panting, your chest heaving, as the terror of what you just seen kind of washes over your mind. What do you think? What kind of check do you think you need to make?
Probably arcana, but that's just me spitballing.
Then make an arcana check. You have no idea. You've never heard of anything like that in your life. You've never read anything about that. You've never experienced anything. It's just the entirety of it fills you with terror, and you have a bit of panic as you're thinking about it, but you have no idea what that could possibly have been.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Fantine.
Were you able to determine the language, though, that it was in?
Was it infernal?
Definitely wasn't infernal.
Alright, I'm gonna start trying to clean up the blood on the sofa.
I think he just said it pulled into his phone.
Well, it is, but the longer something bleeds, the more it goes, so...
I hope I didn't cut an artery or something.
I'm gonna grab Fantine and drag her to a corner. Not like...
Are you about to scold me for a decision you made?
No. No.
You realize it's a very small room, we can still hear you, right?
Probably.
But we're gonna have a semi-private meeting. We're gonna have...
Then I'm just gonna, tell you what I saw as best I can.
Okay.
Wow, that's insane.
When I read it, I didn't see anything quite like that. Though I was able to parse some of the language. That's interesting. I'll definitely keep a note of it. Seems dark, otherworldly.
Well, as Finn finishes telling you this, and he's trying to keep his voice down, but everyone was listening to the whole thing.
Yeah, you hear him intensely whispering.
But before you can really say too much, the door to the room opens, and the Chancellor walks back in, flanked by several guards.
I bow respectfully to the Chancellor.
You can also see you can also see from behind him several more in the outer chamber.
We're going to get executed, aren't we?
Mildred says,
Speak for yourself.
Your audience with the king has been arranged. You will need to disarm before you are permitted entry, however, as I look upon all of you and see quite a few weapons and so forth. You may bring nothing but the clothes you are wearing. Anything else must be left in this room. We will have our guards protect it for you while you are gone, and you may retrieve it after your audience with the king. You will, however, be subjected to a search. This is the king, after all. We can't be too careful with anyone around him.
May I keep my jewelry? I gesture to the excessive amount of jewelry I'm wearing.
As long as they are not weapons.
Oh, no, of course not.
But
Can I
any
keep my
weapons...
warskin? Just in case I get thirsty, you know? I'm just making sure I don't...
You will not need any refreshments while you are in front of the king. Please leave all of your items apart from the clothes you are wearing, or I suppose the jewels you are wearing.
Thank you. Okay. I very willingly set all my stuff down.
Probably put it in the bag so they can't, just, you know, because this is a very special bag, and you can't really search through it, so, you know.
Put my bag inside of your bag. All right.
Yeah. Okay, Finn, don't put your bag in my bag, apparently.
All right. I'll
And-
put all the bags inside of the other bag.
And I go through all of my weaponry, which is a lot of weaponry. I have quite a few daggers, a rapier, a bow.
And you place all these things in the bag of holding.
Yeah, and
I can imagine, what movie was that where they were showing, like, they just kept pulling out weapon after weapon
like
after weapon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Every movie. All of them.
I was thinking of that movie where the guy dies from wearing too many gold chains and necklaces.
That's me.
Yep.
More so a ploy to be like, oh, all my jewelry, but I do have one magic ring. Keep that bad boy right on my finger.
Okay. So you keep all those things. You keep the jewelry on your fingers. Tergot, you're putting all your weapons and all of your other items into your bag of holding.
Yeah, I'm also going to take the gloves off just so my claws are a bit accessible.
Okay. You see Edmund remove his rapier and set it in one of the corners. The bow as well, and he takes off the cloak itself and folds it up and sets it down on one of the couches. Finn, you're doing the same thing with your bag of your haversack? I think you have.
Yeah, just putting my stuff in there. I am keeping my armor on though because it's chain shirt, so I can wear it underneath my clothing.
Sure. Yeah, Edmund doesn't take his armor off either. They say you could keep your clothes on. They're just don't want you bringing any weapons. I will ask, for game's sake, if anyone's trying to sneak anything in, that will be a stealth check, or not stealth check, a sleight of hand check.
I'm keeping the 4 dice in my pocket.
I should have just marched in there all in my nudiments.
So I kind of assume that I don't walk around with my glaive just holding it because I can disappear it as a bonus action. So I imagine I probably wasn't holding it in the first place.
Sure.
So.
Ormr?
Yeah, I mean, I can take my weapons off. I mean, they can't take my main weapons away from me. How am I going to drop my arms?
I just realized also I'm keeping my thieves' tools on me.
Okay.
As the guards come up to you, they say, "We'll restore your arms after your meeting with the king."
Those are my thieves' tools are kind of hidden in the sleeves of my cloak.
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Stealth?
Or not stealth, sorry, sleight of hand check.
I already did. It was a 13.
Oh, that was for the thieves'
that was
tools?
that was for the dice, but I remembered that I also have thieves' tool.
Okay, fair enough. So you disarm yourselves, and most of the things are in bag of holding. Or Ormr, what did you do with your things?
I'd probably ask somebody if I could put them in their bag of holding just to keep everything safe. I'm sure somebody would have let me.
I mean, I don't know how much can fit in here, but go ahead and try.
Because for my weapons, I've got a quarterstaff and brass knuckles. Oh, I got 2, and I got a staff that's like, I don't even use it, but...
Okay. So you finish this up, and then the guards kind of move around to each of you and do a thorough search.
Should I do a stealth check for Mr. Barnabas?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. $17.
Yeah, so the guard did a really bang-up job searching
Amazing.
every single one of you. He steps away and kind of nods to her, and they both step outside. The Chancellor steps outside as well and says, "Thank you for your cooperation. We very much appreciate it. Please come this way." And she steps outside as well. Everybody go ahead and give me a marching order.
I'll go first.
I'll be towards the middle.
Okay, I need you to move me because I can't move. I'll take up the back. For some reason, I can't move my character. It moves the map instead of my character.
So that look about right to you?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Sure.
At-
Finn is the front. And we're walking down the hallway like that. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. And as you make your way down into there, the guards all kind of flank alongside you, and Chancellor Valcon says, "The king is currently in the Special War Council room. Please follow us this way." And she begins leading you south. The
I'm
guards...
going to make an insight check because I saw the king.
Go ahead.
In this room.
Seems legit. He must
Okay.
he must have moved.
All right.
You all make your way south, out through into the... What? I never understand. Hold on a second. And you make your way south into the main chamber. You turn right towards Fantine, where you had been taken to the bathroom.
They're taking us to the toilets.
They are going to execute us in the toilets. Come on.
They lead you east to a longer hallway that leads to a small door, which is right here, which they open to reveal a set of stairs that lead down.
Do we have like a word to, like, if everything goes wrong, that we just scream out and then we can know, like, everyone would know to run?
Oh.
All right.
You mean a safe word?
You
Is that
say
what
this
that
as you guys are walking towards this door?
I whisper.
No.
Chancellor Valcon, the war room is downstairs.
Yes, it is. It's more secure down there.
Can I make an insight check?
You absolutely...
Very easy
Yeah,
to
you
tunnel
can.
into that.
14.
You can see a little bit of sweat on her brow. She seems very keen to get you down there and to get you to stop asking questions.
So, when you were just talking to the king upstairs about the elves wanting to speak to someone about political matters, he just suddenly had to change rooms.
Different rooms are used for different things, she says as as the guards are kind of circling around you and guiding you towards the door. They're not being forceful, but you can tell they're wanting you to hurry up and keep going.
You know, the funny thing is, basements are usually used as prisons, from my understanding.
From what I've seen of castles, it's generally like a dungeon down there. I just hope that you guys understand that we are here to help.
And I hope you understand that there are rights that you kind of have to read us if you're arresting us.
And she gestures to you all to enter the door, and the guards are kind of circling around you. Are you guys going down there, or are you? Because you sound like you're trying to.
she
I mean,
going
I'll go.
first?
I just wanted to remind you that we are on your side. We've come all this way to deliver a message that we hope will help the fate of this country. And I'll go. Yeah, I'll go past it.
Also, I've been trained to resist most forms of torture. if that's what you're thinking of.
Right, Tergot, please.
What? It's true. I have to warn people before they start trying to. You know, it's just so you know.
Ineffective anyway, lad. Most of the time, people will be in so much pain that they'll tell you anything that you want to know after a certain point, and it'll all be naught but lies.
Yeah, but I've been trying to resist to be able to, because it's sometimes people will crack under torture, and
So you guys are led down into the small room, down the set of stairs, to another hallway, which goes further south. This is a much more darker stone than what you guys had previously seen so far. More of a very greenish gray stone. As you go down, you definitely get that musty smell of under castle. But you eventually are led into another long hallway that tees off to the right and forward ahead, and you're led into a room that's on the right, which is where you guys now find yourselves. This room itself is about 25 by 40 foot rectangular room of all stone. There is a single table with quite a few chairs piled around it, a small weapons rack to the south, down here at the end. And as you guys are all led in here, you also see two doors. I'm sorry, one right here and one right here, and three and one right there. That one is distinct in the fact that it is made of iron, while the other three are all wood.
Is the king here, or are we expecting him?
You walk into the room, and as you do, behind you, one of the guards stops and closes the door. And as they stand around you, looking at you, Mildred says, "I'm very sorry, but the king will not
We're lying the entire time, we know."
Yes.
As you weren't very good at it, Chancellor Valcon. You did a very bad job of the lying.
And yet here you are. Seize them.
What else are we
them.
supposed to do? They already searched us.
Well, can we roll initiative before they move? They're coming to seize us. We saw this coming. They didn't surprise us.
Well, so at what point are you saying? Because at that point they had all led you over to a table, and and they started circling around you. So if you're wanting to react, then yes, absolutely, we can roll for initiative.
Yes, initiative.
To summon my glaive in my hand.
Well, let's roll for initiative.
See how initiative goes first.
Yep. And while you guys are doing that, I'll find some battle music.
I am going to try to reload this page to see if that will allow me to move my character.
Christ.
Finn, we can rock, paper, scissors. Who wants to go last?
I cannot believe I'm going before you guys.
I may not have my staff, but I still got my claws. And I've got my bracer of defense because I specifically did not mention taking that off.
And they led us to a room that has a weapon rack in it.
I'm glad all of you are. I'm glad all of you have your weapons ready.
Mm-hmm.
I have thief tools.
You've got claws. Damn!
We're all rolling natural ones.
Natty 1! Natty 1 club!
I might become the Fantine of this battle. I'm just...
What is that?
Cracking open some
I'm not going to be battling. I'm going to be trying to persuade everyone not to battle. You remember with Port Leon?
Yeah, I do recall.
Yeah, that.
That big brain move that I did. How could I forget?
Okay, so it looks... Is everybody in initiative?
Sadly, yes.
Looks
Possibly.
like it. Okay. So, we are starting things off with the guard captain, a rather surly-looking human man, very tall, very beefy, bit of that silver fox kind of look, Fantine, who he is coming up towards Edmund, holding manacles. He is going to grab onto Edmund with an athletics check.
Being a child. Big man you are.
Rolling a 21, grabs a hold of his wrists and slips the iron manacles over his wrists.
What's his check to resist?
That is a good question. I should have.
He's a swirly little boy. Give him some dex.
Yeah, I'll give him. I'll let him do an acrobatics to try to avoid that. But that's a 13.
Come on, Edmund. I thought I trained you better than this.
Adult man.
As I said, the guard captain grabs his wrist, slaps the manacles on them, and is currently holding young Edmund there. That's the guard captain. Next we come to the veteran's turn. There are 4 of them. First one here is attempting to do the same thing to you, Ormr. And that's a 15, so I need you to either make an athletics check or a acrobatics check to try to get away from that. Oof.
Gosh dang it. Do I not have like an inspiration or something that I
Did
could
you
use?
follow the channel?
Yes, I am following the channel.
And did you use it last session?
I don't think so.
I don't think anyone's used that inspiration point yet.
No, I've gotten one, but I haven't used.
I've got one.
Maybe I'm thinking of the other group then. Yeah, then you probably do have inspiration.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use that, and hopefully I get something better.
Probably a good idea.
What does inspiration do?
Oh my god!
Alright, I'm done.
No, you can still fight with manacles on your hands.
But
What does
yes.
inspiration do for you?
I got feet.
Okay, hold on, everybody. Finn, what inspiration does is it allows you to re-roll a dice.
Okay, cool.
Everybody who followed the channel, I did give inspiration to. So Finn, did you do that?
No, but I already had one because I did a cool thing.
Oh, there you go then. So
Yeah, and that inspiration failed me.
it did, unfortunately, with that 7. So the guard, the veteran, grabs onto a hold of you and shackles your wrists together with a set of manacles.
But my feet are still available.
Is it shackled in front or behind? I imagine
Probably
she's
couldn't
mortal,
be
so
behind
probably-
because of her shell.
Yeah, they do it in front because that's kind of the area they are. I'm trying not to be too complicated about this.
So you can do the Star Trek where you like interlock your fingers and hit them with a big wrecking ball, like they do in every episode of Star Trek.
You can certainly try. The next one, the next veteran, this guy here is doing the same thing to you, Finn. So that's athletics check from him. And that's a nat 20.
Holy shit.
Can I use an inspiration to make him re-roll?
Usually it's just for your rolls.
Well, then I'll fail my acrobatics check. Yeah, 9.
Yeah, I'd say so. So, likewise, grabs a hold of your wrist, slips the manacles onto them, and holds you firmly there. Third one is this guy here next to you, Fantine. And same thing. That's a 17.
What is with the crit fails? I'm just gonna let it happen at this point. I want to be in prison with my friends.
Yeah.
I just
mean, it looks like
a grave mistake. Unless perhaps you aren't working in the king's favor anyway.
you saying this to him as he's clapping this on your wrists?
Yes, I'm looking at Valcon.
And he kind of
Trying to gauge the reaction.
Okay, I'll allow you to. Well, you're gonna have to do that on your turn because this is his turn.
Okay.
But I will allow you to do that on your turn. Last guy is this guy right here with you, Tergot. Same thing. Grabbing you with an athletics check.
Come on, one of us.
Screw off.
Yes.
Wait.
And as he lunges towards you, you duck down and skirt away.
One of us actually succeeded. Hooray.
Wow,
I don't wanna
amazing.
waste my inspiration. Bad feeling.
Yep, he's not going to bother with doing anything else on his turn. So Tergot, you're up next. What are you wanting to do?
Guys,
Yes.
you know, the sad thing is, I really did have information for you that, I can't wait to see your castle burn to the ground. And I'm going to I can't get to this lady, can I?
Oh, the Chancellor? No, she's at the far end.
I would have to push past a bunch of people.
You could move through friendly squares with no problems, so you could go there.
I would take an out. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try to move over here if I can.
Okay, doing so, you are going to get 2 attacks of opportunity on you.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah, why too?
because there's 2 guys.
There's one
Right,
guy
this guy
there.
here.
And
And this guy here that you're going past as well. And you're moving
I
out
can-
of his range.
I
into
can
this.
jump onto the table and move
Fair.
through the table. Can I?
Would still
Right.
come in contact with
Like-
this square, which is in 5 feet of this guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Never mind. Okay. I forgot about diagonals. Okay,
Yeah, it's up to you if you want to take those or not.
do it.
He should not have that. Okay, so that's 2 then attacks with. They pull out their longsword as you go running by, trying to get around the table.
Don't you have disengage?
I'm not level 2 rogue. I want my action.
Yeah.
Those both hit.
Oh, okay.
Those both hit.
Jesus.
19. That's
So 19
fine.
points of damage as both of these slashes from these soldiers cut deeply into you.
Alright, and I'm going to unsheath my claws and just rake them across her face. And I get 2 attacks. That second one doesn't hit.
Nope, only the first one does.
I'm guessing I don't get sneak attack.
You would not know.
Yeah. 6 slashing.
Okay. 6 slashing. You come running up at her and start slashing at her with your claws, and you cut deeply into her, and she cries out in pain as large gashes go across her face and chest.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. I meant to just look at what that was. Yeah, and with my bonus action, I'll put my hands in behind my back and just do a really big grin.
Okay, I like it. Oh, you know what? I didn't give her a turn, did I?
Guess she's going last.
She a bitch.
Holy fuck.
Dude, did you push the button where we get the shit rolls and you get the good rolls today?
Okay, so since I didn't get a chance to do her on the last turn, I'm going to go ahead and do her after Tergot.
What last turn?
Well, she rolled a 20, so she should have gone after the guard captain.
She should have been in the order earlier.
Yeah. But it's fine. I'm just going to have her go next. after Tergot. So Tergot, you slash into her, then you put your hands behind your back and kind of grin at her. Are you doing anything else?
I'm just pretty much allowing them to arrest me because I know there's no way out of this now.
Yeah. Okay.
Says you.
I just wanted to be, like, screw you,
Yeah, I dig it. Once you do that, the Chancellor, hurt quite badly, goes stumbling back. She's going to disengage, and she is going to go running out, open the door, and then... Actually, can she do that? Yeah, because that's is that... I can't remember if that's a interaction or not. I think it is.
I would assume
disengage
interaction with an object.
Disengage is an action, but engaging just a door should be is a free action, I think.
Yeah,
Opens
you
the
get
door.
one free object interaction, and then if you do another, it's an action.
Yeah, and then
But
steps
does
outside.
disengage negate
It's a
free
free
attack?
Yeah, it's a free action. So we can even call it a bonus action because of that. But I see no reason why she couldn't have, after getting clawed in the face, turn and run the fuck away. The door is open, though.
Well,
Yeah, maybe don't, betray us.
The door is open, however. It's now the guard's turn. And the guard that you just came running by, he is going to turn and he is going to tackle me.
Dude, I'm letting you arrest me. You don't have to tackle me.
I'm not resisting.
I'm seriously not resisting anymore. I resist.
He's a cop. What do you expect?
This is why I hate you humans.
Yeah, he's going. You know what? I'm not even gonna say. I'm not gonna go there. He tackles you. You jump back out of the way very easily, and he lands on the floor. His buddy comes running up next to you, and he's a bit more calm because and just tries to. He holds the manacles out and just attempts to put them on you. Just very.
I hold my wrists out and let him. He's being nice about it. He's not tackling me. So.
The other one kind of picks himself off the ground and seems kind of sheepish as he literally just body slammed the floor.
Do you see what being nice gets you? I'm not resisting anymore. I clawed her face because she was being kind of a jerk. I dodged you because you're definitely being a jerk. And now, look, he's being nice.
It is Barnabas's turn. What's he doing?
Yep. He is currently perched on my shoulder, invisible. And I think he's probably going to wait.
He's just he's not doing anything for his turn, or is he holding an action?
He's not doing anything for his turn.
Okay. Ormr, you currently have shackles around your wrists, and you're being held there by a guard. He's holding onto your wrists with his hands as well. What are you doing?
I mean, can I just hold action and if any of these guards try to attack, then I'll just hit them with both my hands?
They're not going to attack. They're going to try and drag you away because you're in shackles.
We're gonna be dungeoned.
So, if you want to attack them, it'd probably just be better to attack them because
it's up to you, Ormr.
Or are we gonna go to Dungeon Town?
I mean,
And then do prison.
I don't know what's our plan here. What's our end
Don't
game
know.
here?
You yell out in the middle of the 6 seconds of combat. What are you doing, Brandie?
I mean, at this point, I'm not gonna resist because I see everybody else isn't resisting, so I'm not gonna resist.
And with you
Well,
not
to be fair,
resisting,
no one else got a turn.
the guard just kind of grabs onto your arm and is holding you there, waiting for the captain to give the word. Finn, are you doing anything for your turn?
Hell yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm casting Misty Step, which doesn't require somatic components. Let me populate that into the chat for you. Now, the real question is whether or not I have to take everything with me when I teleport.
The answer is yes. If it's on you, it goes with you.
Okay, well, still, even with the manacles, Barnabas and I will end up here.
It cannot take Barnabas, I don't think. Because
okay.
it's just you.
I assumed he was sitting
way,
on my shoulder, but that's okay.
It's a different creature, though. Like
Okay.
the same way the guard who's holding your arms right now would not disappear with you as well.
That's fine. Then, I will do move action to get next to the lady, and I'm assuming I can't do somatic components while I'm chained.
It depends on the somatic components. I mean, your wrists are chained, but you can still move your fingers.
Mhm.
Okay. So I
where
can
are you disappearing to?
I disappeared to here, and then took a step to here with my move action.
I think I'm going to have to reload roll 20. That's why I'm just not seeing it.
Gotcha. Now it's just a question of if I want to use blindness, deafness on her, or if I want to just blast her.
Please don't kill her. That might make it worse.
I think if you can take her prisoner, that would help us.
Sure. I'll just cast blindness, deafness then.
Well, I mean, Misty Step's an
Oh
action.
wait, never mind. I can't do that because
Yeah.
Misty Step's a leveled spell, so the only thing I could cast is a cantrip.
True.
Why can you cast a cantrip as a bonus action?
It's because Misty Step is a bonus action.
Oh,
but
you're right. Misty Step is a bonus action.
But you can't cast two spells. You have
Yes.
to cast
Okay.
a cantrip and a spell.
You're right. I remember now. So yes, you can cast a cantrip as your action.
Yep, but if I try and blast her, she'll probably die. Because I do a lot of damage.
Well, then I can revive her corpse.
Can you?
I have a scroll of animate dead.
No.
Back with our stuff.
I'm just gonna use my action to try and do that thing where, like, my hands are bound by the manacles, so I'm gonna try and, like, throw the manacles around her neck and, like, grab her. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, you're doing a grapple. So, go ahead and make an athletics check, but you're going to be at disadvantage because your wrists are manacled together.
Yay. Hey, I got a 13.
Not bad.
Especially for having a -1 in athletics.
Yeah, very true.
Oh, Wanderer, please help.
Okay.
Nah, I've got to...
What?
What the fuck?
So that's a natural 20.
Hey,
Okay,
DM,
at
could
this
you,
point, I
stop this?
think... Yeah, I think the DM is cheating right now.
You cursed.
So you try to grab onto her with your chained arms, and the woman, who is very hurt, holding her face from the blood, ducks down and out and back, and she manages to elude you.
As I go, how?
Yeah. It is Edmund's turn, and he is bound, currently being held by the guard, so he is just going to try to get himself free.
Try to run over to me. Run over to me, Edmund, if you can.
Edmund, it's better in these situations if you just allow it to happen.
Fuck that.
That's a 13.
They're not going to kill us as much.
Says you.
Yeah, he's struggling trying to get free, but the guard is just holding tight onto the boy, holding him down. Fantine, it's your turn.
I don't know if I should fight.
I'm fighting.
You're fighting. Alright. In that case, because I just figured it's either we fight here or we go down into the dungeon and do a prison break. But if we want to try to fight and see what happens, I'll do it. I'm gonna cast Thunderstep. And I'm gonna teleport out with my buddy Finn.
Okay.
And so everybody within 10 feet of me, which is those 2 guards, needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Go ahead and pop
Throw
that
that up
spell
in the
up in chat, please.
I was hoping I could bring Edmund with me, but
Unfortunately. But yeah, I like it. So they are making con saves. So that's a 22
What?
to 20.
they're still gonna take that
Another
damage.
natural 20.
Yep, go ahead and just click the spell.
Oop, sorry.
If you
I
just
already
click the
did it.
spell, yeah, it's fine. If you just click the spell, though, it would roll it for you. But 16 points of damage halved. So
And
that's-
hopefully this alerts everybody in the castle, because the thunder can be heard from up to 300 feet away.
Indeed it can. But that 8 points of damage to the 2 of them, and they're knocked back as you disappear and reappear. You're still shackled, by the way.
Uh-huh.
But you appear next to Finn, which you could see in range. And since that, do you have anything else you can do on your turn?
I want to use my movement.
Okay.
So it looks like this lady's running this way,
Yes.
so I'm going to run in front of her.
Yeah, get on the other side.
So that if she tries to leave, she's going to get an opportunity attack from me.
Or me, depending
Or-
on which way she goes.
Okay. But since it is 6 o'clock, we're going to go ahead and have to end things right there. So, everybody, thanks for watching this evening. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed our episode, make sure you follow us here on Twitch and subscribe to, and follow us also on Twitter at @random_Rhapsody. For everybody else in the Debauchery Circus, I am Matthew R. Dawson, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Alright, who wants to go back and count how many natural